Hello there everyone and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. We're starting off here looking at the Romanians still causing a bit of problem for me. As of yet they have not attacked, but they will surrender in 2 turns, so I'm not entirely sure. Looks like some Romanian forces are moving down, but I'm sure the AI is not going to try and lift the siege or anything like that. They're probably going to just attack over here or die or something. God knows what they're up to. Anyways, that's not what we're going to do today. What we're going to do today is we're going to start off by liberating Finland, because my army has landed in General Pickled Herring is ready to attack. And, I mean, they have no chance whatsoever. So let's just out-resolve that one. So we lost 10 men. And liberate Finland. Let's see what we got. We got Flamethrower and every single black person in Finland joined us. Interesting. The Russians shouldn't be able to move across because the navy is close enough. They should block. I should actually send... It's kind of too big to have a ship that size blocking the port, so I should send destroyers to block the port and to keep this under control. So there we go. Finland is now... We're gonna bring the army over there. So Finland is now an independent nation. Unfortunately for me, I can't trade with them. They're indifferent. Yeah, I can't really trade with them. I possibly can get them to join my war against the United States. I would definitely want them. Ulrich Söderström. Feeble and destitute. Okay, they're gonna need a lot. I'm gonna give them a lot of technology and some money to get started. I mean, the location isn't that bad. It's just that I don't think a military academy is gonna do them much good. They'd probably be better off turning that into something else. Log camp definitely needs to be built up in the large town. So they have some infrastructure that needs to be upgraded. Definitely the railroads. But I can give them quite a bit of money so they can get started on that. And they're probably going to start to recruit troops. Not entirely sure why it's this picture right here of an Empire infantryman. But that's how it is right now, anyways. So what else are we going to do? Well, we have 2 battles that I see. So we've got here Von Bellow can charge after this guy by the river and destroy his army. And then for another fight, we've got plenty enough reserves to hold down Rome at the moment, which means that Rupert, the Crown Prince of Bavaria, can now go ahead and attack the Italians. Oh, they're gonna spawn a massive stack from the town. It's probably better than I attack the town then, because otherwise I'll have to fight 2 battles. We'll go straight for the town. And do they intercept? No. So I'm able to go straight at the town. The town is full of home guard. And that army right here is almost entirely comprised of snipers. It's all snipers. Some, I guess, Libyan cavalrymen. And a single artillery piece, marines. Also random machine gun somewhere. I don't know where that one is. A single unit of cavalry and a single unit of artillery. Not entirely sure where all these guys are. But yeah, let's start off here against Caesar. Let's defeat Caesar in Rome, or in Napoli. And then head up to defeat the Russians. Right, nothing more to say. Let's go ahead and do it. Here's my battle set up. So I've got my artillery, my heavy artillery set up right here. Jaegers on either side. Then we've got all the mounted infantry, which is going to march forward. We also have our mounted guns, which we're going to run somewhere onto the battlefield. I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll move them to wherever we need them. And over here I spotted that Caesar is with this cavalry unit. So we'll try to assassinate him just to kind of break up the home guard units as quickly as possible. So my rear assault infantry is set up right here, ready to attack him right as it starts. And that should lower the morale of all their home guard, make it easier to win the battle. With that said, let's go ahead and start, shall we? And we're gonna start by advancing. I mean, imagine if I had some mounted infantry for this battle, then I could just ride down those stupid snipers wherever they're gonna show up. So it's they do have a full stack they start off with. So I'm actually losing quite a bit of men. But I'm wondering here if it is because my guys are starting to shoot each other, or if it's from the... Oh, they did have a rifle group there. They had a proper regiment. So they had 2 proper regiments over there, and I missed my opportunity to kill Caesar. I'm going to tell my heavy artillery then to focus in and aid on this side. Oh, Caesar's coming in from a flank. They're turning to face him. Go ahead and shoot him down already. As my men move to turn, they lose quite a bit of troops as they open themselves up to flank fire from the enemy. Only Caesar remains. And at this point my rear assault groups have lost most of their strength. Come on, shoot him already. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Rear assault groups need to get out of there. Right, the main line is continuing to advance. Looks like the Italians are advancing on us now. Let's hold the ridge there. Set up like that, and then these will kind of turn towards that side, and that's how we set up. I kind of want to see. It looks like they're receiving reinforcements from over here. We've got kind of a high ground here. Can set up the artillery. Actually, we set up one on each side. That's what we're gonna do. I'm actually gonna tell the rear assault groups to leave the battlefield. They've suffered enough casualties as it is. Do they have any more mortars? That's the question. We're targeting the one that's over here. I'm gonna target it with both artillery pieces at this point. Did I tell you to run? Yeah, I did tell you to run. And I did tell you to run as well. We don't have to go all the way out there. Go to that point. And then you should be able to set up. Let's see. The Italians are coming in. You can kind of see how I've made like a bow. And they kind of move in a bow as well. So first contact's going to happen around here. As we can see, as they now start to shoot at each other. This one's ready to be set up. Set up. We've got a secondary general, a proper general that's turned in onto the battlefield. Could be useful to shoot him down as well. We're gonna stop you right there because I need to set you up as soon as possible. Italians suffering tons of casualties walking through the woods here. Not going too well for them. Interesting enough, the enemy don't seem to be doing much now. I'm gonna detach these two to crush what's here. And then... Right, the cannons are setting up. The mortar is gone. I'm gonna now focus artillery on what's coming ahead of us. And we're gonna do as much damage here as possible. We're gonna kind of break this side up. And then I can turn all these units onto the flank here. Okay, you're coming into contact now. Yes. Start shooting at these. There's so few rifles actually. You might do better firing at this territorial militia unit instead, in breaking that apart before you start shooting at these. Oh, we've got more cavalry turning up. Hussar unit. The enemy militia marches more or less straight at us. I was about to say they don't seem to be shooting back, but as soon as I did, even before I said it, they started shooting back. But they're coming at us piecemeal, which means that we are able to focus in more regiments firing on them than they are on us, and our guys are already more accurate than theirs. We should switch artillery fire to the guys coming out of the woods. As this is more or less destroyed. What's it going over here? You lost 60 men. It's not that great. I'm gonna move you forward. It's kind of detached from that. You should move forward. Come in line with the rest. You know what? We'll take the town right after this, right? So we don't really need to worry too much. And I mean, the next point is what? Sicily? And Sicily isn't gonna put up much resistance. Fire on the two ones in the back. I wonder if we have enough kind of power to be able to just charge these down. It's only territorial militia. I could get rid of that and then advance here. And then these move a little bit. I'm gonna shoot a little bit on these guys. I'm gonna see how these bayonet charges go. The militia crumbled, but there's a lot higher numbers over here. Okay, go for a little bit of a tougher fight, and then I'm gonna focus the artillery onto the cavalry. Focus that on other places so we don't blow our own troops up. Oh! I didn't realize. I guess I target their general there. And we quite easily overwhelm the militia and send them on their way. What's this? Cavalry? Yes, it's the Libyan cavalry. Just turned up. No, is that's our own fire coming in, I think. Yeah, the Libyan cavalry. Right, we've done with that. Move forward. Have we seen the snipers as of yet? You guys move forward there. That's an actual infantry unit. You make advances here. What I want is we need something. Is that machine guns? Do I reach them? Yes. Destroy them. It must be this field gun firing. Walking, not in combat. Walking, not in combat. What is firing at me then? Gonna see about getting rid of these. Currently these aren't really doing anything. So move in a more swift action towards this side. Got a nice flank fire up this infantry unit. They're returning fire on this unit, which means that this one's free to move up. Let's cut these guys up a bit before we try and bayonet charge them. And also I definitely want to bring the cavalry down a peg. Can I get artillery blasting those? And then we can see about conducting a charge there. We're sending these 3. These 2 will advance now as well. I think we're starting to see some of the snipers. That's an Italian marine unit coming in. You would need something like this on the cruise on the ship as well. To kind of complete the look, as it were. Okay, I don't think there's going to be any charging over here. Okay, those guys are gone. I'm going to have to redirect the heavy artillery. Oh, I moved. Forgot to tell that one to stop moving. Let's move up here. This one suffered quite heavy casualties. These are doing quite a lot better. Let's see if we can't push through a little bit. The Italians are just kind of... the Italian cavalry is just kind of sitting there. I'm going to focus all artillery over there. That guy's gone. These guys coming in from the side. There are 37 left, 36. Let's see about having them move towards the woods. Hopefully we should be overwhelming these home guards, as we've done in previous units we've attacked. I think we need to detach one unit to go over there while one continues forward. These 2 going on that one. And then I've got tons of units coming in here. It's going to be able to aid. You're going to have to turn. Stop right in front of them. Just absolutely destroy that. Hold fire, reselect target.
The men are fatigued.
We have one unit that's actually in a little bit of trouble over there. They managed to win the fight though. A little bit shaken from that fight. Oh, here comes the snipers. I think a large part why the Italians haven't collapsed yet is because they get quite a lot of like power from the artillery that they haven't even deployed yet, but like they get enough sort of battlefield power, if you know what I mean, to kind of hold them onto the field. Come on, send the last Italian unit over there. Get that one away. Why don't you move back to the artillery, as you're no longer needed over here. They're gone. Get the troops closer over here. Trading shots with the Marines.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
The artillery almost broken up. Luckily for me, all the kind of snipers are coming in from the same direction, so it'll be easy to kind of go after them. once we've killed off the Marines. The Marines, they're actually not that many. Let's have everyone move forward across the field. Yeah, the artillery pieces are gone. You can now see the morale of the snipers have dropped quite a bit because the overall, like, battlefield capability or the battlefield power of the enemy has dropped so much. And then they pop up again, but I think once my artillery starts to kind of find their targets as we move across the field here, and as more and more of these sniper groups get destroyed. Yeah, we can't... they're not going to be... a lot of these aren't going to be easy to find. So we kind of just have to run through and try and shoot them down.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Quite a few of these are shattered. As they're walking over here, I'm just going to lay artillery fire if I can over there. Kind of just the way they're walking here, just lay artillery fire to see if we can't hit them. And then just find and charge all these stupid snipers. So as they're moving here, we might be able to hit one or two of them. Where they managed to move through the artillery bombardment without losing anyone. Our troops though ran through them. And I'm gonna continue through and get all these snipers. Highly accurate, but they've been running straight at us, so not that great of a strategy for them. And the morale is quite awful. So even though my troops are super tired, having run across the entire battlefield, there is just... I mean, there's so few in the sniper unit, and there's so many more of my men. As my men are going to continue on to this area, I might want to just hold the fire for a bit as we continue through. But yeah, at this point the battle is won. Let's not waste more time here as we have got a second battle to fight. So, and yeah, we're gonna have to hold fire here so we don't blow our own men up. And here's the result of that battle. We deployed about 2,700 men against 4,200. We lost 1,300. They lost 4,100, meaning that I've got about... I lost almost roughly half, because I lost 1,366 and 1,386 are what remains. The enemy, though, off very worse, having only 150 men left out of their 4,000 men army. We go through siege guns, highest killer. We've also got an Alpenkorps unit, one that only remains 22 men. So I imagine it was the one over on the right that we're looking at, given the few numbers. But there we have it, no units lost, and the entire Italian army destroyed once again. Oh, fascist Italy. What, you know what, I could release fascist Italy and I could have fascist Italy deal with the rest of Italy. And I wouldn't have to bother going further south. Sure, why not? I'm just gonna get as many different groupings as I can. Don't really need these two units. We can This army, though, should continue. And I should attack Palermo. And I can give that to Fascist Italy. Maybe I should give them like Rome. Give them Rome. Give them a large part of Italy. The thing that I'm worried about... Okay, the Spanish and the Austrians actually do like them. However, the regular Italians are not very happy about this. So maybe I should, like, give them territory. I should definitely give them technology and stuff. So, just like Finland, I'm gonna give these guys a bunch of stuff. Oh, it's Benito Mussolini the first. It actually is not a random leader. It became Benito Mussolini. I was under the impression you couldn't set specific leaders when it's set up like that. But I guess you can. I just installed Mussolini in charge of Italy. I kind of feel that now like I've made a huge mistake by putting that bald idiot in charge of it all. We'll let them build their forces a little bit before we tell them to do anything. Did the plane become a fascist plane? I guess not. That's quite interesting. So we got fascist Italians. Yeah, I might just give them back a load of territory and I can have fascist Italy take out the rest of Italy and the French while I can focus on other areas. Interesting. So we created two new nations in this turn. And then we're going to smash the Russians. And we're going to open up... This is an auto-resolve. This is definitely an auto-resolve. If you look at the numbers here. But this is also an army that has a flamethrower. And I want to use it. So let's fight the battle. Pretty simple plan here. We're just going to blow them up. So let's get on with it, shall we? I've placed all my infantry that can kind of hide over here. And so I want the assault pioneers to kind of become the target of the enemy's fire. And then the flamethrowers can kind of move up the way through the flank. And oh, are these already visible? Yeah, they are actually. And the flamethrower as well. Then why are we sitting here waiting for it? Let's move forward. I'm also sending in the cavalry to aid, and we're gonna dismount them right about here. I want to kind of not fire to start off with, just because I want to see if I can get the flamethrowers into a good position. The enemy is just walking straight at us right now. Oh yeah, cavalry hold fire for now. I want the flamethrower to start flaming up the flanks here. I should have advanced the regular infantry. Okay, are you firing? Oh, I forgot to tell you to fire it well. Only fired flames into our own infantry. It's not great. We're gonna have as the enemy is just kind of walking straight forward, I'm gonna have the flamethrowers run out here and start attacking this part. And these idiots just ran into each other. So there's a melee fight going on, which I'm not actually winning. Get out of there. And then I'll tell the infantry, or the cavalry, tell the cavalry to open fire. Get out of there. Okay, the flamethrowers. are in play. Let's add on to the chaos by having artillery kind of focusing on this area. Oh, they're running at the flamethrower crew. They bloody well melee charged them. Well, that certainly wasn't my plan. We did set some of them on fire before the unit got destroyed.
The entire unit is dead, sir.
I'm not surprised. The Russians just ran them down. Let's see. Well, maybe focus on this, and that just as soon as the infantry is done, the entire battle is done. Yeah, tell you guys to open fire. Yeah. The enemy over here is getting really close. They're shitty under-strength battalion. That's actually one unit was actually a lifeguard unit. We're gonna keep an eye on that one. But otherwise, we're looking at a massive bayonet attack. As they're running straight into each other. Shoot down the cavalry on top there. The Russians are concentrating here. It's not actually going that well over here against the elite guard. My men suffered a little bit of a morale hit. Cavalry isn't doing super hot either. Continuously blast the general. If we can kill the general, I think we might need to send in the general to support all these troops. Oh, it might help if we don't shoot into them. Shoot into our own troops. I'm gonna have the general ride up, and he's gonna. Oh, they yeah, they all kind of broke now that the general died. But then we have that. The Russians destroyed, and we are victorious. Shame on the flamethrowers, but it is a kind of a meme unit. It doesn't do that much damage. And, I mean, there's only 12 guys in the unit, so there's that. Anyways, let's go back to the campaign map, shall we? We deployed about 1,000 men more than the enemy. They lost everything. We lost 500 men. So we deployed 2,500 against 1,500. They lost 1,400. We lost about 600, so 1940 remaining for us, and 163 remaining for them. Flamethrowers destroyed, and they actually managed to kill 67 troops. So I guess they're not as bad as I thought they were, because they only really managed to get like 2 volleys off, and they still managed to kill 67 troops. That's actually pretty good. A lot more than I thought they would do. Huh. It's just this is such a weak, vulnerable unit that it kind of gets... I mean, as you saw, and they have to get so close. The Russians charged. It's all over. All ogre. Then we have that, leaving really nothing left of the Russians in the Belarusian area. We've got one unit out here, one army, actually 2 armies, closer to Novgorod, but it's out in the middle of the steppe, and there's nothing there's nothing here. So I can just destroy these, and we've got the rails, move on to Smolensk, and as I take Smolensk, one army could possibly be detached to go to Kiev, just to kind of screw for the Russians, screw it up for them a little bit. Or it might be better to push on to actually victory condition areas like Moscow. And then we also need to take Petrograd and Novgorod. But that's it for this episode. In between episodes, I'm gonna clean up here. And I'm not sure. We're gonna give it a bit until we give Mussolini a lot more power. We'll see how it goes for these guys. But definitely gonna clean up the Belarusian area and technology to be given to Finland and fascist Italy. And yeah, there's probably some other stuff that I'm forgetting. But that's it for now. So, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. And hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
The men are fatigued, sire. Must rest.